guys are doing well. I know this detox journey can be tough sometimes, but really what it takes to see detoxification symptoms, to bring it out of you, to bring out all these different obstructions that have been occluding and causing disease in your body, it takes a certain level of hydration and alkalinity for the cells to reach that. And once your cells gain enough cellular strength, then it'll push it out. It'll purge all the obstructions, acidosis, mucus that has been causing cellular deterioration. And that's what it takes. And then that's when you'll see the emerging of these detox symptoms, cold and flu-like symptoms, fevers, body aches, sinus drainage, coughing, all that stuff. And that's what you want to see to make like big strides in your detox journey. Now, not everyone's going to experience crazy detox symptoms like that, but it's really great if you can get there. If not, some people, they do just fine just seeing kidney filtration and just seeing mucus, mucoid plaque, and old stools coming out of them. That's fine too, but it really is dependent from person to person, Today, for instance, I was speaking to a gentleman that he has throat cancer, stage 4 throat cancer. And in cases like that where it's high acidity, obstructions, lymph node swelling in the throat region, that's someone that would highly benefit from having a strong detox symptom, fevers and cold and flu-like symptoms. So we're really pushing forward to him achieving that in his detox sooner rather than later. That way he can fast track his detox. But yeah, that's why many people, when they're on their healing journeys, you can be on a healing journey for a while, and if you don't know what the root causes of your problems that you're dealing with, or if you don't know your specific gland and organ weaknesses as seen in your eyes, then it can take a long time to even see a little bit of progress. Like this gentleman told me today, this has been a year-long process before he finally found detoxification. He tried everything. He tried the Budwig diet, he tried the Square One diet, he has tried frankincense oil, he has tried cannabis oil, he's tried a ton of things. No results at all. It wouldn't budge. And then he saw that one cancer tumor video that I made that you guys seem to love so much. He saw that one video, he took it on himself, he ate some limes, some lemons, and literally within a few hours, the same day, his pain was gone, his swelling was gone, and he just immediately saw the transformation right then and there. So that's why I tell you guys, if any of you guys are trying to convince your families or friends that detox is the right way, it's you can't really convince anyone. They have to take it upon themselves to try it out. And the proof is in the pudding. They'll see it within themselves once they try it, But oftentimes, it really takes having, pain and suffering in your body for you to make those necessary dietary changes, Because not many people are willing to drop everything that they know and love when it comes to food, all their addictions, everything that they've been eating for all of their lives. It's very hard to drop all that and follow a raw diet. It strips you down bare. It's there's nowhere to hide, If you're feeling emotional, if you're feeling stressed out, you can't really turn to food. You can't turn to cooked foods for that calming down of your negative emotions, right? So it takes a sense of a certain strong sense of character and focus and drive to follow this diet. But yeah, that's why I really want to be here for you guys, so I can be your little cheerleader, so I can provide weekly encouragement and knowledge and detox tips, so all of you guys can heal up your bodies. And together, we're in this together, Even me, myself, even though I healed from all my illnesses many years back, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, endometriosis, constipation, fatigue syndrome, all that stuff, you guys can find that story on my website under the My Story tab. But even though I did all that stuff, guess what? In order to maintain health in your body, you can have your cheats after you heal and after you detox, but to maintain the health in your body, you should always, from time to time, revisit detoxification to get rid of that mucus, because we're surrounded by environmental toxins constantly. If we cheat on something, let's say if we have if we go to a vegan restaurant, for instance, right? And we have a vegan soup or a vegan pasta or vegan sandwich, you know, that's still mucus forming and acidic. And if you overindulge in that, then guess what? It's time for a cleaning. So I myself, the past few months, I was a little bit stressed, you know, I overindulged a little bit there, but now it's time to detox and clean that stuff out of me. So I'm right there with you guys. I've been doing raw again and it's been feeling fantastic. And yeah, so that's kind of like my little spiel for the beginning of this video. You know how I am, guys, like I just want to share as much as possible, and I kind of just go with the flow, go with my intuition and what I feel like you guys need to hear right now. But yeah, that being said, I definitely want to dig into your questions and answering them, because so many questions have accumulated and I have to get to all of them. You know, I really want to help you guys heal up your health issues. And I'm going to try and make it as easy for you guys to understand as possible, but also maybe provide information that you have never heard of before, so that we can give you like the missing pieces to your puzzle, to the healing puzzle, right? And for anyone that's new to this detoxification channel and detoxification in general, you guys can go to my website and there's a ton of articles there that cover the basics of detox. You guys can watch these videos. I go into more depth with like the basics of detoxification, and yeah, just like learn it all, absorb it all in. You guys can take little notes. You guys can you know, make the dietary changes in yourself and see how you feel. Just like that gentleman, he felt immediately great and he knew that this was the path for him, that this was the next step into healing and his road of recovery. So yeah, let's get into your questions. Okay, I'm really excited. It's been so long. Okay, so the first question is, hello, I was drawn to your page and feel it is highly needed for me to detox. Okay, I am 45 years old. I have lupus, Hashimotos, IBS. Okay, you have lupus, Hashimotos, IBS, and most recently have an ear issue, which the ENT says is due to reflux. Some sacral issues in my SI joint in the back, and female issues, lichen sclerosis and cystocele. To put it lightly, I'm a hot mess. I'm on vacation right now and I'm lethargic and have had a bout of what would seem like a stomach flu, though I've eaten the same as everyone else and nobody else has had any symptoms, including my 5-year-old. And we co-sleep, so I really feel it's my body's way of telling me enough is enough. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Lupus, Hashimoto's, and IBS. So what I'm thinking is, you know, you've had a lifetime of poor eating since you're 45 years old. Lupus itself, what I see with people that come to me with lupus or Lyme's or arthritis or fibromyalgia, any of those diseases or you know, conditions where people are feeling stiffness in their joints, feeling pain, feeling fatigued, feeling run down. You know, I personally had fibromyalgia, so I know exactly how you feel. It's very similar in its symptoms, extremely similar. That, from what I've seen and looking at everyone's eyes and their family history and their health past, it's always stemming from systemic acidosis, you know, chronic lymph stagnation within the body, maybe some subacute lymph stagnation, acute lymph stagnation. I've seen that, but essentially lymphatic stagnation. So what you have to realize is, you always have to think to yourself, what is the root cause of this pain? What is the root cause of this stiffness? You know, it always goes back to the chemistry that we ingest in our bodies. We weren't born with pain. For many of us, it's been created through the years, depending on what we've eaten, you know, because so many of us, when we were younger, we may have had some little minor health issues here and there, maybe a cold and flu-like symptom, maybe an ear infection, maybe some, you know, like swollen tonsils, things like that. Those were the acute symptoms in the beginning of like, okay, our parents are feeding us, you know, dairy products, mucus forming foods, and our bodies were trying to get rid of it, you know. That's why many infants, they experience fevers. It's the body trying to ward all that out, to get expectoration going, to get the fever, the acids being pushed out through the skin, you know. So that's the body's attempt to do that when we are younger, right? But since many of us didn't know any better, we've taken antibiotics, we've taken many medications, we've had mom's chicken noodle soup, you know, we've done many things that stopped our expectoration, our detoxification, you know. So what happens is that acute stage of lymph stagnation moves into the subacute stages, and then for a while it might go away a little bit. It's like, okay, I don't have that anymore. I'm not dealing with that. For some reason it went away. I'm not sure why. But then years later, as that acidity builds back up again and starts to deteriorate the tissue, deteriorate the cells, the glands and the organs of the body, and the systems of the body, then back again we feel all the symptoms again, but this time even more worse, you know? So it is often in this stage, the chronic stages, where people feel like they need medications again in order to not feel pain, in order to not feel stiff. So this is why so many people with Lyme's, lupus, fibromyalgia, they're on a lot of medications. Sometimes they're on steroid medications because they have so much inflammation. A lot of times they're on muscle relaxants. A lot of times they get, you know, steroid shots, steroid creams, and all those types of things, you know. Acidosis shows itself in many different ways in the body. Very commonly, it shows itself through pain, physical pain in, you know, and it doesn't matter where, in the muscles, the nervous system, the joints, the bones, the skin, you know, skin redness, rashes, eczema, psoriasis, all those things. That points to systemic acidosis in the body. Why does the body get systemic acidosis? Because the channels of elimination are just not able to handle that acidosis. For some reason, in some people, depending on their gland weaknesses and organ weaknesses, we start to see the elimination channels being closed up. You know, this main channel of elimination and what's tied to the lymph system are the kidneys. You know, I always see the kidneys, either the kidneys themselves are in a chronic state where kidney filtration has stopped. You know, kidney filtration is responsible for removing all the cellular waste from your body, because all the cells poop and pee just like we do, you know. Every single cell is its own individual unit, its own individual life form. They intake nutrition and they expel waste, you know. So where do all these wastes go? These are questions that oftentimes no one asks themselves, you know. So where do all these wastes go? All these wastes, they're supposed to go through the lymph system, the body's main channel, the main sewer line, and travel to the kidneys to be eliminated. But so often, what happens when we go to medical doctors and you give them a sample of your urine? They always want to see it clear. They say, no. Cloudy, that means you have an infection. That means you're not properly hydrated. There's something wrong. When it's actually the opposite that's true. If your urine is clear, that means you are not eliminating all the cellular waste from your body. All these cellular wastes are acids. They're acidic in nature. And if they're left to linger in several parts of the body, they start to burn and break down. That pain that you're feeling from lupus or any other type of pain in your body is the acidic burn that you're feeling, you know, which is why the remedy is eating alkaline foods, alkaline forming foods, you know, foods that will help pump the lymph system, move the lymphatic waste, and that's really healing and soothing to the kidneys in order to open up that channel of elimination. Not only can there be a problem with the kidneys themselves, though, there could also be a problem with the glands that control kidney filtration. All the time. Now you mentioned you had IBS. So there's a good chance that your colon is very toxic. It's a good chance that you have chronic congestion in your colon. So if I looked at your eyes, I'd probably see right in the middle of your pupil, it looks a lot darker than the rest of your iris. That's what I often see in people with IBS. And then that perfectly correlates with the top of the iris. That's the head region. You know, the head region, according to the eye, it sits right on top of the colon, you know, like right where the pupil is. So if there's chronic congestion surrounding that pupil and surrounding the colon in the middle of the eye, then what we often see is that toxicity going up into the head region. This is very important because it's that pituitary gland that I often see in so many people that's down. And that's the master gland of the body. That gland controls adrenal gland function that sits on top of the kidneys, and the adrenals Their role is to release neurotransmitters that open up the kidney channels to filter. So that's often the correlation that I see, and that's what I'm seeing in your symptoms. Lupus, your kidneys are down, your adrenal glands are down, adrenals possibly not producing enough anti-inflammatory steroids, which is why you don't have that natural buffering agent for the acids. IBS, that's chronic congestion within the bowels, so much so that it's creating spasticity and inflammation within the bowels themselves. That also points to adrenal gland weakness as well, and kidney filtration issues as well, because the colon itself is a lot of different cells, and in order for you to have IBS, and in order for that lymph system to build up in and around the cells and in and around the walls of the bowels, your kidneys should not be filtering. Like, that's the whole reason why they become backed up. So to heal that, you need to achieve consistent kidney filtration as well. And then the Hashimotos, that again ties to everything that we just said. Since the head region and the neck region sit right on top of the colon, all that colon toxicity is being brought up, having a reflex reaction to the thyroid, So definitely, if you have acidosis in this region that has been burning up for a while, that can be causing Hashimoto's and low thyroid function. But some people have Hashimoto's, and I may look at their iris and they may not have a thyroid weakness itself. It could be a pituitary gland weakness influencing the thyroid with the TSH that it's supposed to be released, from the pituitary gland. So there's a lot of different things to look at. I get a feeling that you have a pituitary gland weakness, though, because oftentimes, that colon and pituitary connection is almost always there. So let's keep on moving. Most recently have an ear issue. Okay, so that's pretty common since you seem to have a lot of congestion in this area. Let me see, sacral issues in your back SI joint. Okay, so the lower back region, if you have kidney weakness, this tells me that you're having trouble with your kidneys. If you have weaknesses in your lower back joints. And female issues. Okay, so female issues, lichen sclerosis. Okay, so lichen sclerosis, to my understanding, it's when the skin of the vulva has pigmentation changes, it'll look like white patches or different patches. Sometimes there could be burning involved, could be soreness involved. Sometimes the skin can split open, but it's a depigmentation of the skin right there, So if we look back at the possible kidney weakness that you have, and the fact that the lymph system, it's taken time for the lymph system to build up from the lower regions of the body, traveling all the way up to your body where it is now, then that tells me that you have acidosis and inflammation on the skin as well, and in the female system as well, and in the vulva, So that's quite serious, because like I said, if acids are left on the skin for too long to fester, they can start breaking down the skin. And it's only a matter of time when these acids start to degenerate and mutate cells, So many people, what I see is when they have these types of conditions, these sort of conditions, it's kind of like, and I'm not here to make a diagnosis, but that's like the next step before we start to see things like cancer rise up, cancer of the female area, So that's something that we want to avoid. We need to clear out all this congestion and acidosis before it gets to that point. But not only that, it could be that, or it could be a combination of, when I see depigmentation of the skin, white patches of the skin, very similar to vitiligo, this looks like it could be coming from that pituitary gland. That gland controls melanin production in the body, in the skin, okay? So you could be seeing that, but it could also be fungal. I've also seen fungal issues, fungus creating that depigmentation of the skin. But in general, if you go after all those weaknesses that I mentioned, if you do like a parasite kill, take the Parasite M formula. And if you douche with the Heal tea, that'll be very beneficial. You start to reach and clean out the lymph congestion within the vagina, within the cervix, within the uterus, because no doubt you have congestion there. You know, if you have IBS, the colon is right there. All that is burning up for you right there. So I would recommend that. Use that as a port to eliminate waste from that as well. Take advantage of that, you know. You can even apply a poultice of Heal tea, or you can lay in a bath of Heal tea, and that'll be very alkaline and soothing to the vulva area, you know. So you can do that. At the same time, you must clean out your colon. I would recommend starting off a little bit slow since you have IBS. I don't know how many times a day you're going to the bathroom. With IBS, you can either be very backed up, constipated, or go to the bathroom several times a day with diarrhea. It's that unpredictable because the bowel is very spastic. People with IBS have spastic bowels. You could always see it in their pupils, in their iris. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, you know? So that's something you're gonna wanna take care of. At the same time, you need to get your kidneys filtering. So stomach and bowel formula, whatever number that you need, depending on your frequency of bowel movements, and you need a kidney formula to start healing up the kidneys. The herbs in the kidney formula are very soothing and help regenerate the kidneys. Depending on how weak all these things are, and that's why it's really beneficial for me to look at your eyes, you guys, is whether you need an herbal formula or a glandular for certain areas. Most people's protocols will have a lot of herbal formulas, but some people that have chronic and degenerative issues may need glandulars for certain glands, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is kidney filtration. You know, that's what's going to regenerate the cells. That's what's going to get rid of all lymphatic waste in and around the cells, is through the kidney channels, you know. So that's very important. Let's see what else we have going on here. Yeah, Hashimoto. So again, I would really have to see. I don't recommend anyone start taking thyroid glandulars or thyroid formulas unless they absolutely know what level of tissue weakness their thyroid is. Because it could, again, not be a thyroid issue. It could be a pituitary gland issue that's influencing that thyroid and bringing that function down. So I wouldn't be able to tell you, but it definitely, I would look into getting, you know, something that would be really fantastic for you is the female reproductive formula, because there's some pituitary herbs in there that can help bring that pituitary gland back into functioning again and calm down the Hashimoto's, okay? So that's something that I can for sure recommend for you, and it wouldn't hurt. Let's see. And so you mentioned you had cystocele. Okay, so let me see. To put it lightly, I'm a hot mess. I'm on vacation right now, and I'm lethargic and have had a bout of what would seem like a stomach flu, though I've eaten the same as everyone else and nobody else has had any symptoms, including my 5-year-old, and we co-sleep. So I really feel it's my body's way of telling me enough is enough. Exactly. So with people that with a lot of lymph congestion or lymph stagnation, they can easily catch anything. Viral loads, bacteria, all these different types of pathogens can come into the body and have a hard time leaving. So you could like have the stomach flu, and people that are plagued with constantly feeling sick and tired and run down always have lymphatic stagnation issues. But at the same time, I would double check. Do you have any lymph node swelling anywhere in your body? Because that might be pointing to some issues that may be causing that, you know. Those lymph nodes, those sites, that's where, you know, pathogens are taken, and that's where beneficial bacteria and macrophages break them down. They assist the immune system in that way. You always have to remember the lymph system is the body's main immune system. Always remember that. Okay, so let's see. And at the same time, I would probably say, along with the lymph node swelling, let me see. It depends. I would say start changing your diet to more raw. I don't know how your diet looks like right now, and you may have to take it a little slower initially, or you can go fast, depending on how you feel. So I don't know if you have started eating fruits yet and have let go of animal products and processed foods, but start making those changes, because that's going to be the only way out of all these symptoms. I'm telling you, you know, I've had personal experience, and I can't even tell you how many many hundreds and hundreds of people, probably even thousands from the people that watch these videos, that they've made those changes in their diet and they're healing up. They're either already healed or they've seen like a 90% reduction in their symptoms. You know, you just have to walk down that road to getting better, and you're going to see magnificent changes occurring in your body. So yeah, so that being said, the top fruits that I would recommend are grapes for that situation, because grapes are lymph busters. Nothing else moves the lymph system and loves the lymph system as much as grapes do. Lemons and limes are fantastic as well if your body can handle them. But I have seen in situations, it's very often the case, lupus and Lyme's people, there's some fruits that they can't handle. There's some fruits that you might be a little sensitive to or allergic to, or you may get pain when you eat them, or you may get rashes, or you just may be like have like a severe allergy to them. I've seen that too. So just do the fruits right now that you can handle, okay? So this is what I mean when detox is really like, it's not a one size fits all. It's very specific to the individual. And that's why you guys, I recommend you guys, if you really need help, then I would recommend that you guys reach out to me so I can help you one-on-one with healing your health issues. Okay, so let's keep on going. Okay, I want to address the cystocele that you mentioned right here. So that's pretty much pointing to a parathyroid gland weakness. So it could be pituitary related, influencing the parathyroid gland, or it could be the parathyroid gland that is down. But in a way, it is the end result of having the cystocele, which is prolapsing of the bladder and the vaginal region. You always want to address the parathyroid gland and perk that up a little bit. It couldn't hurt, you know. Perk up the parathyroid gland, take a strong parathyroid formula, and then start immediately removing sewage from this area, because in reality it's acidosis that breaks down the parathyroid gland, and it's also acidosis that actually causes the connective tissue in several parts of the body. In this case, down here in the bladder wall, it can cause the connective tissue to leach calcium and cause the sagging of the connective tissue and even bulging into areas that it shouldn't be. So that's what I see going on in your case. Definitely you should definitely check to see if you have a parathyroid weakness, but take the pituitary gland formula definitely. And yeah, I would recommend really focus on cleaning your body first. Clean your body, and then move to like something like a parathyroid gland formula coupled with pituitary. See what your weaknesses are. I'd love to help you out. I would love to see you, speak to you one-on-one in person, look at your entire case so that I can make the best recommendations for you, but work with that, And as far as more fruits go, again, if you can handle oranges or orange juice, that's definitely going to help drain this entire region that you have going on here, the neck, the head area, and even the bowels. It'll help you eliminate better. Focus on the oranges if you can handle them, and also watermelons. Watermelons are fantastic for soothing pain. There's nothing better than soothing, alkaline, hydrating watermelon juice to help rid the body and flush it of acids that are causing pain. And they love the kidneys as well. They're very soothing to the kidneys. So yeah, definitely make those changes. And yeah, I hope I was able to answer your question. Yeah, I definitely feel you can heal from this. Oh, there's a little bit more. You said okay, you said, any info you can send my way is highly appreciated. I'm ready to do anything to regain my health. With this recent diagnosis with my lady parts, I've resigned myself to put my health in God's hands to lead me to the proper way to fuel my body, and it led me straight to you. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you in advance. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I put these videos out for you guys, and I really firmly believe in even you guys and myself. I tell this to myself too. Always be your authentic self, because you're going to always attract the right people that are like your tribe, that will hear your message, that will support you, that will be there for you. So always be authentically yourself, and you're always going to be guided in the right direction. The universe or God, whatever you want to believe, it has your back. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna provide everything possible that you guys need to heal yourselves up, because I really believe no one should be suffering in this world, you know. Coming from personal experience, it's the worst thing ever. It makes you want to not live life anymore, you know. Some people, they are in those stages, and it breaks my heart into a million pieces, but I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna stay strong for you guys, and yeah, you guys are gonna heal everything up, you'll see. And yeah, so definitely, if there's any of you out there that are suffering with any sort of disease where you're not getting it, you know, where you've been on this healing journey and you feel like you're missing pieces to this puzzle, or you know, you can't do it alone, or you feel like you don't know what foods to eat, or what your weaknesses are, you know, the weaknesses are very important, then I recommend that you guys work with me one-on-one. Definitely, I recommend the Master Your Health package. That's the package that has everything that you guys need to get you started. You know, I'll provide the correct diet protocol for you based on what I've examined from your case, from your genetic family history, from what's seen in your eyes, everything that you needed. It's going to be 100% accurate to get you kickstarted on your healing journey strong. And also, it's going to provide the herbal protocol, the iris report, you know, health notes that I've taken on your case, as well as the detox tools, because detox tools is something that's also very important. Like the eye wash that was mentioned in this video, there's several different things, douching, there's several different things that you can do to open up the channels of elimination and fast track your healing even faster, you know. So yeah, I recommend the Master Your Health package, guys, and that can be found on my website at www.spiritropicalhealing.com. So yeah, I look forward to working with many of you, with all of you, and yeah, just leave a like on this video and subscribe if you like these videos, and leave a comment down below. I want to hear your suggestions and your questions for the next Q&A video. Keep them coming. We're gonna answer all of them. Okay, so take care, guys. Love you all. Bye.